Buongiorno everyone, Spurs preview. I'll let James take over this one, he can be the main man for this one. I'll quickly run through it though, what I think going into Saturday. Win for Newcastle, another 3 points. Honestly, I said we're going to win before we even beat City, so I'm not just on a high. I'm not just overreacting, exaggerating, getting ahead of myself. Yes, we've signed someone, and we broke the transfer record, it's mental. It's been a crazy week on Tyneside. We obviously beat City, reigning Premier League champions, 2-1 at home. But before then I said I fancy we'll go to Spurs and get 3 points. I reckon without Harry Kane, without Dele Alli, let's not kid ourselves. They still have a very good team. Thanks to Christian Eriksen, Lucas Moura, Lloris in goal, some very good defenders. Pochettino, one of the best young managers in the world, very intelligent manager. But I just think going down there, I fancy to hit them on the counter, perfect opportunity. They're lacking a goal threat. They nearly got beat off Watford last night. With Son, he's a decent player. Llorente, I think he's alright to be honest, but he might be, Spurs fans don't really like him. I think he's a bit hit and miss. He still seems to pop up with the goals now and again, like he did against Watford. I don't know if he's fit. They're saying that he might took a knock last night. With us, it looks like, for me, I would start the same team against City. Unfortunately, Almiron can't play. Still needs his permit from America. Baraka, President Obama, only a 5 a day, Baraka. You know, he's not probably going to get a start yet. He might be on the bench. I don't think he will anyway. I mean, he's probably going to be back up to Dublin at the scene, aren't they? So whether he'll come in or not, probably not. I would just keep the same team that beat City. Hit them on the counter, make our advantages count, take our chances. And I fancy we'll get a 2-1 win. Maybe 1-1, but I'll stick with it and go on 2-1 Newcastle. Back-to-back 2-1s, hopefully. But I'll pass you on. Cheers for getting involved, mate. Let's see what he's got to say about the tune and about the game this Saturday.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris Cowlin. I'm a Tottenham fan, and Renty from the Magpie channel has sent over a few questions just previewing the Tottenham v Newcastle game tomorrow, Saturday, 12:30 kickoff at Wembley Stadium. First question he asked are, Spurs season's fallen apart within the space of a week. It looks like Pochettino is going to have another trophy-less season. Is he really a top manager? Of course he's a top manager, regardless of whether we've won a trophy. This is his 5th season in charge. He has guided Tottenham to their best ever Premier League finishes. The resources, it's yet another transfer window. Even Newcastle signed players yesterday. We haven't signed any players. The last player we signed was Lucas Moura last January, over a year ago. So we haven't had a player for a year. But the way that Pochettino gets the team playing, one of his he always says believe, and the fans do believe in him, and we do trust him, and I think that he will guide Tottenham to trophies in the future, and I think that he's just aiming high. He wants Premier League or even challenging for the Champions League, but to have Champions League football year in, year out, and we're a top 4 side, and with us not spending any money for so long, and we're up there. We're only 2 points away from Manchester City. And you look how much money they can spend. So is Pochettino a top manager? Absolutely. The next one he's asked is Kane is injured, Ali is injured. Who's going to replace them, and do you still have enough to get the win on Saturday? Absolutely. It proved Fulham away a couple of weeks ago, Watford at home only a couple of nights ago. Heung-min Son, absolutely fantastic player, always can get a goal. Lucas Moura, we can always get goals regardless of whether Harry Kane's playing. There's so many players, Eriksen, Lamela, there are goals throughout the whole of the team. So yeah, even though Kane and Ali are injured, I do expect us to score a few goals tomorrow. Number 3, with recent form surely affecting the players, do Newcastle pose enough of a threat to get anything from the game? Well, I'm going to answer this completely differently. If I was doing this a few days ago, it would have been a completely different answer. But what a result from Newcastle, St James's Park the other night, Tuesday night, to beat Manchester City. I think the Tottenham fans were actually celebrating just as much as Newcastle fans. But what a shock result. No disrespect to Newcastle at all. Manchester City are an absolutely top team. and to get the result like that, it is just must have lifted the manager, the board, and certainly all of you fans. I know I spoke to a few Newcastle fans after that result, and you were all buzzing and were on a high, and I'm not surprised. That was one hell of a result. So I'm sure that you will go into this game with a lot of confidence, coming down to London with a lot of confidence, certainly beating Manchester City, and thinking that perhaps you can get all 3 points at Wembley. But I do think that Tottenham will be too strong for Newcastle on Saturday, and I do think Tottenham will get the win. Number 4, what do you make of the current affairs at Newcastle United Football Club? Mike Ashley, no transfers, etc. Renty actually sent this over a couple of days ago, so you have had transfers. You've broke the Michael Owen deal now. So you can tell me what it's like to sign players. Mike Ashley and the current affairs at Newcastle. I'm actually very surprised. I really enjoyed watching Newcastle, particularly under the spell of Kevin Keegan. You played excellent, attractive football. Newcastle are, a great club. I've been to Newcastle many times. The people are very welcoming. Love the people. Love your attitude. The whole of the passion from your fans is just incredible, and it's actually one of my favourite clubs in the Premier League. You go to many away games, and you dread a few of them, and you really enjoy some of them. And Newcastle is one that I do always enjoy. So I do think it's a shame, the whole Mike Ashley thing. You need the money to be invested back into the team. Certainly when you've got a great manager as well, and you could be up there. You could be challenging for trophies. If you had the money. Because you've certainly got a great manager, great fans, and a fantastic stadium. Number 5, if Pochettino leaves at the end of the season, would you take Rafa as his replacement? I'm going to laugh at that. I wouldn't take anyone as Pochettino's replacement. I want Pochettino to stay at Tottenham. I do think that he will get trophies in the end. I don't know what trophies there'll be. Perhaps it will be a Premier League trophy in the next few years. Who knows? But would I take Rafa as a replacement? I've got a lot of respect for Rafa Benitez as a manager, but I personally wouldn't want anybody other than Pochettino at the moment. So I think he's doing a great job. Anyway, my prediction for the game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win. I do think it would be a tight game. I think it would be a highly entertaining game. I do feel very sorry for a lot of the travelling Newcastle fans coming down to London for a 12:30 kickoff. So you probably ought to leave about now. But hope everyone has a great day, and come on you Spurs.